now we understand that anxiety or not, every thought that we have leads to a feeling which ultimately determines how we behave. So that model or that understanding of that interconnected system is the key to helping our children challenge anxious thinking. So let's back it up and work through step by step what we do with that. The first step is to identify the thought. So our child's triggered, we know they're anxious, we've helped them calm. Now our job is to help them sort through what is the specific thought that they are having. And I just gave you a clue there. The key to being successful at this step is to be very, very, very specific. So children will often say, I don't know, I'm just worried. No. That's not enough. We have to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. I'm worried about my presentation. What about your presentation? Specifically, what are you worried about? I'm worried I'm going to forget my words. Okay, now we have something that we can work with. So we want to really help our child drill down into that initial thought of, I'm anxious, to something that is tangible, manageable, and also something that we can challenge using logic, which is where we're going to go. So once we have that specific thought, remember the second step in this system is that now leads to a series of feelings or a combination of feelings. So I am worried that I'm going to forget what I'm going to say. Then we might say to our child, well, how does that make you feel? So that we're encouraging a link between their thoughts and their feelings, because as we know, our thoughts are linked with our feelings. So how does that make you feel? Embarrassed, worried, scared, upset, anxious, whatever it is that your child is feeling, you're getting them in their body. So you've linked that thought with their feeling. You could also ask them, remembering back to body scans that we talked about at the beginning, where do they feel that in their body? What does that feel like for them? The reason that's a really helpful step is that's going to be your child's cue to themselves that they're anxious. They're going to move on into their world. They need to know this about themselves, that when I get a tummy ache, that means I'm anxious. What's going on for me? And I know that means I'm thinking about something that's making me feel anxious. So really help them identify those feelings, figure out what that feels like for them, where they feel that in their body. Then that brings us to the third step. The third step is determining, is this helpful for us? For example, there's a grizzly bear in the room and it's going to get me out of there. That's helpful. Thank you very much, security guard. Or is this not helpful for us? So using this same example, I'm going to forget everything that I need to say for my presentation. That makes me feel anxious, worried, sad, frustrated. Then I'm going into my presentation with that mindset. You can imagine what's going to happen. He's going to forget what he is supposed to say because he's feeling so anxious and worried about the presentation. So that helps us to understand that this is a false alarm. There's no grizzly bear. It's not helpful for him to have this anxiety response. The security guard is getting it wrong. So at this point, we then have to go back up to that original thought and use logic and information that we have available to us in the real world. Okay, you're worried that you're going to forget your words in your presentation. Let's think about that. Are you? Well, no, I've studied and I've practiced and I'm allowed to have notes, so I'm going to have those available to me. Oh, right. Okay, maybe you're actually not going to forget your words and your brain is making your body feel worried or scared when you're actually safe. So that's a not helpful process. What I like to call this is a worry wheel. It leads your child from their thought to their feeling to their reaction or behavior, determining whether this is helpful or not helpful, and then using a tool to really challenge that initial thought that's sending them down a path that is not helpful to them. We call this the worry wheel.